So here let us consider another question, friends, in which we have to use the formula for area of a rectangle but in a slightly different way. So in this question, how do we get the value of the width of a particular path is what we have to find out. Now at face value you will find everything is given, but normally students fall into the trap of lengthy calculation in this question, and that is where they make mistake. They get the answer, but they get the answer after spending a lot of time if they get into the trap of lengthy calculation. So a rectangular park of dimension 60 meter by 20 meter is surrounded by a path of uniform width. So let's say this is the rectangular park and this is surrounded by a path of uniform width, and since it is surrounded, it will definitely be surrounded from all sides. We know that this is 60 and this is 20, so the area of this is 1200 meters square, the area of the park, and area of the path surrounding it is 516 meters square. So if we assume that the width is x on all the sides, we get the dimension of the outer rectangle in terms of x. This is 60, this part will be x and this part will be x, so the length of the outer rectangle would be 60 plus 2x. Similarly, the width of the outer rectangle would be 20 plus 2x, as x and x would be also on the other two sides the width of the path. So we have an equation at our hand, that is length into breadth of the outer rectangle is equal to sum of the area of the park and the path, that is 1200 plus 516 meters square. If we take 2 common from this factor and 2 common from the other factor, so 2 into 2 will make it 4 into 30 plus x, and this will become 10 plus x since we have already taken 2 outside, and right hand side will become 1200 plus 516, that is 1716. Now from here you can go on to solve, open the bracket, get a quadratic equation and find the roots of the quadratic equation and you will get your answer, but then that's not the point. And that is where many students make mistake. They open the bracket over here and they get a lengthy quadratic equation, they solve that quadratic equation and get the answer, and they feel very happy about it that they have got the answer after such a hard work. But how can we reduce our calculation here? So we have 30 plus x into 10 plus x equals to 1716 by 4, and 1716 by 4 would be 429. So among options you have to select that option for x, so that when you substitute that value in place of x, both these should multiply to give 429, or rather you should put that value of x such that when you multiply them together, the last digit should come out to be 9. For example, if you select option C, put 4 in place of x, you will get 34 into 14. Now 34 into 14 can never end with 9. You don't have to even multiply 34 with 14 to check. You know that it will never end with 9. So 4 cannot be the right answer. By that criteria you have only two options, either 3 or 7. X can be 3 or x can be 7. In both cases it will end with 9. But if you put x equals to 7, you have 37 into 17. Both are prime numbers, and 429 is a multiple of 3. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 9 is 15. That is how we check multiple of 3, by adding the digits. So 429 is a multiple of 3. If you put x equals to 7, none of these two factors are a multiple of 3. So we have 7 being removed from the consideration list, and that makes option D, that is 3 meters, as the right answer.